Educated by Tara Westover.
Hello. So today I'm going to be reviewing Educated by Tara Westover. Wow, this is such a good book. I don't even know where to start. She just recently was at the National Books Festival here in DC. Just to hear this woman talk, I hope she'll come back because I would love to hear her speak. I was blown away by this book. Actually, though, it was one of the books that was on my list for a long time, and I just put in a request for it, and I got to the last day when I needed to return this, and so I was like, I guess I better read it because I have it. And so, excuse me, I got to page 33, and I was like, wow, I need more time with this book. So I went and I bought it, actually. Same day, I returned it, and I bought it. I knew it was something I would want in my collection. I went to Target, paid $20 for it, and I was like, if I'm going to pay $20, I'll make sure I'm going to get the best copy. So I just kind of racked through the racks and made sure I got the best-looking book on the shelf, and it was well worth it. It was just so awesome. To go into it, Tara is raised, I believe, in Utah, or Idaho, excuse me. And she was born in Idaho, and she lives in like a mountainous area. Her family are Mormons, devout Mormons, very, very religious, very, very, but in a way that they don't believe in, they believe in the Illuminati, at least the dad does, believe in the Illuminati, and he believes that he's kind of against the government, and he's against modern medicine and modern education. He feels like those are ways for the government to infiltrate you. They're a survivalist family, so he's kind of always preparing for the end of the world and always preparing for the government to kind of come in and take over. So, needless to say, Tara, as a child, she is not educated in a school system. The parents do homeschooling, which is basically mom may or may not let you read a book for the day, and you just kind of she may explain a little algebra, a little bit of basic math to you, and then you just kind of read on your own, kind of thing. Education at your pace. But they are not in any kind of legal school setting, and it's kind of a point of tension and worry and stress for the family. They also what's the other thing? Yeah, they don't go to school. They don't do modern medicine. So the mom, they do more holistic medicine, a lot of oils, a lot of herbs, no doctors. So this is very interesting, these kids growing up. And even when the kids are born, like, they're not doing the I'm trying not to give too much away, but they're not doing the basic processes that you would typically do for children, as far as, registering their birth, for the fact they exist, putting them in school, getting them their shots, whatever you may do or not do, they just don't do it. So that's interesting, and that's kind of where we start off. So we start off as her childhood, at the very tender age, when she's just a child growing up, and then we go with her throughout this journey, and it's so beautiful. One of the things I loved about this book is it's very raw. I remember looking up and was just like, wow, she's being so vulnerable. Like, there's so much vulnerability in here, but there's also a boundary too that I've respected and admired so much about her writing. It's beautifully written. Just to give you a few examples, I had a few quotes that I just loved and adored. Page 180 is a book. I had begun to understand that we had lent our voices to a discourse whose sole purpose was to dehumanize and brutalize others, because nurturing that discourse was easier because retaining power always feels like the way forward. That was just beautiful, and it explains so much. About society and the way people work. And that stood out to me. There was another quote on 230, and it talks about, first find out what you are capable of, then decide who you are. And I really love that as well, because so many times we're told the opposite, and I just, like I said, it was just beautifully written. And there's something in this book for everyone. She touches on so many areas, just so much. I mean, she touches on everything from mental health and disorders to race to gender, sexism, abuse, education, politics, health, just like I said, just so much that's touched in this. And there's some rough living in here. They're in a mountainous region and it's rural, and I've always heard about rural populations having a hard time as far as like machinery and things like that. It's just an awesome read. There's not a dull moment. I really kept consistently reading this. I didn't want to put it down. My mom was like, wow, that must really be a good book because you're reading it in the car. I read it everywhere. So again, I think I gave this Goodreads a review of 5 stars. I don't even want to stop reviewing it because I'll have to read this again because it was just such an awesome, well done book. You could tell, and when I say she set boundaries, like you could tell there were some areas she didn't go in great detail on. Like she gave a lot of detail, particularly about abuse. Like she talked about abuse, but then she kept a boundary there where there's kind of this understanding that there's something else going on, that there was something deeper, but she never really goes there. Something that split the family, and she kind of hints at things that may have been deeper than what she describes in the book. Where you're like, I wonder if there was a deeper abuse that happened. But she keeps that kind of like it left unsaid. And I don't know if when you read it or if you've read that, you've got that feeling as well. Please let me know, and maybe we could go further and deeper into discussion. But it definitely felt that there, and this is why another reason I would love to hear her speak about the book and answer questions, because she definitely kept a boundary on the abuse, and I can understand that because sometimes when I think Brene Brown says that you don't share your vulnerabilities with everyone, or it's your story and your right to share how much you want to share. And I respected that so much. You can tell she's definitely been open and self-discovery. It's definitely a coming of age tale because, like I said, you start from childhood and you really grew up with this woman. So I'm going to stop babbling. But again, Educated, highly recommended. Definitely think it's an awesome book. Beautiful story. About spirituality and not spirituality and navigating through finding yourself. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.